Moving on to fawn distress. It's one of those sounds that for me is not that hard to do. I think it's more just picking a diaphragm that gives you the right tone for doing fawn distress. Position of the call, it doesn't seem to be as critical. It's more the way you go about forming your mouth when doing it, or at least for me, and picking a call that gives you a good tone. I like to do it on 2 or 3 different calls. My favorite is the 2-reed V mouth or the 3-reed V mouth. I get an excellent fawn distress out of both of them. That's my go-to call for that sound. But you can also do it on all the howlers. And I know Jason likes to do it on a single slash. It's excellent. He gets excellent fawn out of a single slash. I think Dave does it most of the time with a howler. But do y'all have any? How do y'all do y'all's fawn distress?
What I'm trying to pretty much sound like is just a baby fawn crying. If anyone ever been around a farm or anything, a baby goat, a baby lamb, just that meh, meh, like he's lost his mama and he's wanting to, you know, get back with it. I put it in the roof of my mouth about midways and almost say a wah, W-A-A sound over the reeds of that call. Not saying the word, just going through that motion. And that's how I do mine, Tori. How about you, Dave?
You know, basically this whole, you know, same thing you're talking about. Right. Main thing.
It's a pretty simple call.
Yeah. Mimicking, you know, baby goat, baby deer.
Yeah. That's pretty much true. Where Jason is doing the whack type deal. One thing I'd mention, I kind of form an M sound when I first go into it. You'll hear us demonstrating these sounds a little bit later on and get to hear the different versions. Keep that in mind for later on in the video, what we're saying right now, and listen to the different versions. They both work, but when you get the call and you start trying to do fawn distress or any other sound, try forming different words, whether it's wah for fawn, like Jason does, or me, where I typically go meh, meh. My lips are in, when I start that sound, my lips are more in a position to where an M sound. And then I turn the rest of it into the meh, meh. Something else to use is a B sound. Like if you were going to form the letter B, where you're going more bah, bah. And once you start playing with these diaphragms, you'll realize that the way your mouth is made and the way you position your lips and your tongue to form different sounds, letter type sounds or word sounds, it'll make a particular predator sound easier for you to do. And it doesn't matter which version you use, just play with them all and figure out the best version. I'll tell you another little trick that we all use to make us better callers. You may be sitting there playing with that call and thinking, boy, this sounds great, and think that another version doesn't sound as good. Well, if you've got access to a computer or some way to record yourself with your cell phone or whatever, go through those versions, because you may think that fawn distress, for instance, sounds best to your ear when you're going bah, but when you run it back over a recorder, you may realize that wah is your better sound. And it will, not only will it make you a better caller, it'll make you more realistic. And I think if you're more realistic, you put more fur in the shed at the end of the year.
That's a good point, Tori, because I know getting ready for stage competitions, I always do that, because for some reason calls never sound the same to me in my ear as to when I record them and go back and listen to them. I guess the reverberation and everything, it's a lot different. So it's a great way to practice, like I said. Record it on a computer, just a handheld recorder, a video camera, just anything where you can go back and listen to those sounds. I promise it'll help you out.
No doubt about it. We're going to go into some prey distress sounds now. First one we're going to cover is the fawn distress. Great summertime call, all year round call for that matter. I'm going to do my fawn distress on the B mouth. It's my pick of all the calls as far as doing fawn distress. It's the one I use every time. I think it excels at fawn distress. That's probably what it's best at. You can also do rabbit and other sounds on it, but it does a great fawn distress. Jason, what are you going to use?
For fawn distress, I like to use the single slash. Like Tori said, it can be done on several of our different calls, but me personally, I think I get the best tone out of the single slash call. So I'll give you my demonstration of the fawn, and I'll let Tori do his on the V mouth. All right, Tori, now give me your version of the fawn distress with the V mouth. That's the fawn distress with the single slash and the V mouth. Two different versions.
Yesterday evening I was out scouting, listening for coyotes, and I heard some, probably about a quarter from where we're sitting. There's a big pine plantation and some fields. I've heard the coyotes there a couple different times. I've been waiting on a wind that's right to hunt them. And what we've done is slip in here from the opposite side of where I think they're at. And it's a creek bottom that runs in here. It's real thick all the way around this stuff. Hard spot to hunt because it's so thick. But what I'm going to try to do, like I said, I'm about a quarter mile off that pine plantation in those fields. And this creek bottom that runs through here, they left what's called the SMZ. And it's a little more open underneath, just a strip along the creeks. And what I'm hoping to do is pull the coyotes out of that pine plantation, which is where I feel like they're at, and see if we can get them to funnel in here along this creek to us. They're going to have to be pretty close, but while we got the shotgun, that's how I like it, up close anyway. But I'm going to use that MFK 2-reed pup howler, and then probably the V-mouth, and do a little fawn distress. We've had good luck here the last few days with that combination of calls, howling, and then going into the fawn distress. It's deadly year round, but especially late summer like this, you know, they've probably been keying on fawns pretty heavy, and we hoping to pull one of them in here that we heard yesterday evening. Let's see what happens. That's what happens when you shoot one and don't put a shell back in your gun. That coyote was less than 10 feet from us. Had to do some moving and let him get in behind a tree. Should have worked out perfect and just didn't jack a shell in. Killed one yesterday morning when we went, and just didn't put a shell back in the gun. So I clicked on him at first shot. We're gonna walk over here in just a second and see if we might can find him. I hit the thing. See what happens. It's a little drop off right there. He went off the other side of it. I don't know if he went down or if he kept on going. Shot him in the running away from us. He done got out there a little ways, but should have got some close-up footage of him anyway. I done the howls on the 2-reed pup, then I swapped over and was doing that Fawn distress on the V-mouth. It's deadly year-round, especially this time of the year, late summer. We've been calling them up the last few days. Weather's been a little bit better, and gonna start going. Call one up behind us. I didn't get on film. Real mangy, but that's the first stand of the morning. I got up late and decided to go anyway. So we're gonna walk over here and look, see if we can accidentally find this one. If not, we'll get another one and be damn sure we got a bullet in the gun. I think that's the first time I've ever done that. I ain't gonna make it. Standing right here when I shot, or when I clicked on him the first time. You can see how close he was. That's less than 10 steps. MFK game calls. Put them in your lap.